Hello, this is Group 7's Active Interview Service app by Jacob Hartt, Joe Willis, Madison Ratzelf, and me, your guide, Craig Lillemon. Let's begin with logging in. So, in order to use our features, you need to log in or create an account. We could register an account right now, but for the sake of purposes, to keep it short, let's log in real quick. That's not it. Alrighty. It redirects us to the registration page because that's where we were last. But let's begin by going to our document upload feature. We can create and upload resumes so that way our AI can read them later. Of course, this works best when your resume is able to be read by AI and is not under some complications. However, for majority resumes, it should work. For example, my resume. Now I named it Resume V3 just to show that you can have multiple resumes and you can always come back to it later and it can be stored. Of course, let's do our job title. I want to be a software engineer. And we could provide more thorough descriptions of what we actually want to do. However, for the sake of purposes, we're just going to keep it short. Alrighty. Now we can see our profile and you see our list of resumes. We can view our profiles. We can edit it. We could delete it. I'll delete you, my most recent, the one we just created. And we can also do the same with our job listings. Alrighty. We can create various interview types or various interviews. For example, let's go with a final screening. Let's go with programmer and resume. And we can also change our difficulty if we need it to be easier or harder. Of course, it'll take a moment to think, and that's totally fine. Oh, I clicked general. Well, it's going to be a general screening, not a final screening. That's on me. As you can see on our chat page, we have various features that we can implement that are implemented. For example, our text to speech. If you are more of an more listen to audio.
Good afternoon, Craig. It's great to have you here today. I see you're gearing up to graduate with a degree in computer science and have developed a diverse set of skills along the way. Could you start by telling me a bit more about your background and how you became interested in software development?
Of course, we can respond to it by typing. However, we can also respond with speech to text. Hold on. I took classes in college. Oh, I'll give it a second. Hello. There we go. I took classes in college. Of course, we can stop it real quick, just so it doesn't interfere. Of course, we can keep going on and on with this, but we also have different types of interviews. For example, let's say you want just key questions. Now, it does provide a time format just to show that you should be able to accomplish it within this time. Of course, since this is a general screening. This is not more of an industry skills, but if we were to do different interview types, it will correspond with the types. Okay, Scrum leader, yep, and so on. Of course, we could do those, but let's go to our skills interview. Actually, we should probably do some. Since this is a general, technically a general interview, that's the reason why we're getting this type of prompt. Of course, it's an on word response and encourages more creative responses and so on. And you can see that it provides a short rating and a retry button. Now, we can also go to our results page from our just generic interview. And it will generate results based off the feedback we provided. Now, I did skills interview because there's a bunch of results already in there. And as you can see, we have some feedback. We have some charts. For some reason, this won't display, but it's there. It's something with chart.js. But yes, it provides us results and feedback and explanations of how to improve and so on. Now we can also restart the chat or delete the chat. Let's restart this chat. Yes. As you can see, we can restart it. We can also delete it. Let's delete our most recent one. And those are some of the features that we've implemented for our active interview service. You can use it to develop skills towards your interviews. So that way you can get more confident in interviews and so on with expected questions or just general preparedness. Alrighty. That was Active Interview Service by Group 7. I hope you enjoyed our short presentation.